Local connective tissue it is also known as embryonic tissue It is also known as embryonic tissue because it is mainly found during embryonic life. It is mainly found during embryonic life. What is embryonic life? What is fetal life? What is the difference between embryo and fetus?
Fetus is developed embryo.
What is embryo?
Embryo is developed zygote.
Developed zygote known as fetus.
Developed zygote embryo.
Developed zygote known as embryo and developed embryo known as fetus and totally mature fetus known as newborn baby. Okay, so it is mostly found during the embryonic life and the matrix, its matrix is composed of its matrix, the fluid portion. Walton's jelly. The fluid portion of the matrix is composed of Walton's jelly. Example: umbilical cord, and vitreous humor in eye. What is the difference between placenta and umbilical cord? Anyone? What is placenta and what is umbilical cord? What are saying? What is placenta?
न्यूट्रिशन सप्लाई करे.
What is umbilical cord? Anyone? Placenta connects to uterus. Placenta connects to the uterus, and it is connected to one side to the uterus and another side to the umbilical cord. Yes. So placenta take the oxygen and nutrients from the maternal blood and send these all substances to embryonic blood or fetal blood. Actually, maternal blood and fetal blood both are totally different ones. And both are separated by the one barrier in the umbilical cord. Umbilical cord is long tube-like structure which connects from the placenta to the fetus or embryo. It collects the oxygen and nutrients from the placenta, which can be absorbed by the maternal blood and send it to the fetus or embryo. And then by using this oxygen and nutrients, the fetus or embryo obtain the nourishment and get the energy to perform the metabolic activity. Majority here the growth is there. The growth of the body organs as well as body parts. The full body growth, it is carried out by this metabolic process. And to compensate to it, fetus or embryo produce the nitrogenous waste products as well as carbon dioxide. And all this material can be supplied back to the maternal blood through the structures same. Actually, umbilical cord connects placenta to the embryo or placenta to the fetus. And according to the size of embryo increases, the umbilical cord length also increases. Okay. So umbilical cord, it is also known as lifeline of embryo. Lifeline of embryo. Fine. Which connects the placenta to the embryo. Now, I think you know that umbilical cord bank is available there. After, yes, umbilical cord bank is also there. When the baby got be born, at that time, clamp is given there. After cutting the umbilical cord, here in the umbilicus, the clamp is given there. And gradually it is followed naturally. And then later on it is known as umbilicus. After delivery of the child, umbilical cord and placenta can be immediately removed. Fine? Because as I told you earlier, that mother's blood group and embryo blood group might be it will be same or different. So in umbilical cord, if umbilical cord is cutted during embryonic life, if umbilical cord is cutted, then the embryo cannot obtain the adequate amount of oxygen as well as nutrients to do the metabolic activity. The embryo will not survive at all. Embryo cannot survive at all. That's why umbilical cord is also known as lifeline of the embryo. And after delivery of the child, immediately remove the umbilical cord as well as placenta. And nowadays umbilical cord bank is available there. In the preservative solution, umbilical cord is preserved for a prolonged time. Okay? And you can't believe if the umbilical cord of the newborn baby is preserved for a prolonged time, might be in future, if that baby, might be, it may be either male or female, whatever, might be the child's liver will be failed, then we are able to deliver from this umbilical cord cell in the laboratory. And nowadays you know that the organ transplantation, in that the liver is not that much successful one. As you know that liver is the largest gland of the body, and we have immunity power that defends the transplanted organ. So liver transplantation is successful but cannot be accepted by the body because immunity power can reject it. Fine? Liver transplantation is successful but can be rejected by the body. So we can also able to form the whole liver in the laboratory, and that liver cannot be rejected at all because it is developed from its embryonic cell. Genes are same. એનું જેનામાંથી ફોર્મેશન થયું છે એના જ સેલમાંથી આપણે લીવર ફોર્મ કરીએ છીએ. And along with that we can also form the each and every organ of the body in the laboratory. But this procedure is very, very expensive nowadays for preservation of the umbilical cord. Much more payment is given there. Okay, we cannot be afforded to all persons. Okay, so this is about the umbilical cord. Surrounding to the embryo, one large bag-like structure is there. It is known as amniotic cavity. Inside the embryo is developed. Amniotic cavity secretes the one fluid known as amniotic fluid. Amniotic fluid acts as a shock absorber as well as it gives lubrication to move the embryo freely inside the mother's womb. Okay. And by this you know that by this amniotic fluid, little bit specimen if we will get the little bit specimen of this amniotic fluid, we identify two things there. Number one, any type of the genetic disorder in the embryo, and along with that we determine the sex of the child also. But nowadays it is totally banned in India because female feticide is very, very common, and that's why male-female ratio is altered at a high level. That's why it is banned in India. In other nation it is legal. In other nation it is legal there. Fine? But by the small specimen of the amniotic fluid, we identify any type of the genetic disorder, and along with that we determine the sex of the child also. Okay? Actually, normally after 3 months, at the 3 month, listen carefully, at the 3 month, external genitalia are developed there in male or female. fine. But sex determination is much more tough at the 3 months of the embryonic life. So after 3 months, at the 4th or 5th month, we can easily determine the sex of the child. But by taking this little bit specimen of the amniotic fluid in the beginning, we identify the sex of the child. It's very easy to determine. But during the embryonic life in the sonography method, and we identify the sex of the child, but it is totally prohibited in India because female feticide is very, very common. Fine. So this is about the umbilical cord, that is lifeline of the embryo. Fine. Okay, now make a heading, specialize the connective tissue. Specialized connective tissue. You make another heading, skeleton connective tissue. Skeleton connective tissue. In that you write also known as supporting tissue. Two types. Which two types? Skeleton connective tissue, cartilage and bone. Okay, two types are there. So first is cartilage and second is bone. So you make a first heading, cartilage. Outermost layer is known as perichondrium. You know this one? Cartilage forming cells known as chondroblast matrix of the cartilage is known as chondrine. Matrix is known as chondrine, and this chondrine is made up of chondroitin 6-phosphate. It's a one type of sugar as well as mucopolysaccharide, also known as hyaluronic acid. blood circulation, next point, written?
Yes.
Next point, blood circulation is absent in matrix of the cartilage blood circulation is absent in matrix of the cartilage but only present in the perichondrium. Now, types of cartilage. Number one, hyaline cartilage. It is maximum in the human body. Hyaline cartilage. It is maximum in the human body. Glass-like appearance. Glass-like appearance. ગુજરાતીમાં જો કહું ને તો હાઇલાઇન કાર્ટિલેજ એટલે કાચવટ કાસ્તી કહેવાય. કાચવટ કાસ્તી. કાર્ટિલેજ એટલે કાસ્તી. કાચવટ, કાચ જેવું લાગે. Shiny, just like a glass. Okay? So here, glassy appearance or glass-like structure. Fibers are completely absent. Fibers are completely absent. Matrix is bluish in color. Example, okay, hyaline cartilage is seen in this region. Example, nasal septum, nasal septum, C-shaped cartilaginous rings in trachea and bronchi. C-shaped cartilaginous rings in trachea and bronchi. Actually, this is incompleted C-shaped cartilaginous rings, but this is incompleted in the dorsal side, back side. So cartilaginous rings look like this. Okay, at the dorsal side. Dorsal, you know that towards the vertebral column, back side. So back side cartilages are incomplete there. So C-shaped cartilaginous ring. Then costal cartilage in the rib cage. Costal cartilage in the rib cage, you know. Can you know costal cartilage? which connects the ribs and sternum. This costal cartilage connects ribs to the sternum. So first 1 to 7 ribs are directly connected to the sternum by this costal cartilages. That's why these 1 to 7 pairs known as true ribs. 8, 9 and 10. Three costal cartilages are united together and connected to the 7th costal cartilage, but cannot connected directly to the sternum. That's why known as false ribs. And 11th and 12th pair, which are connected at the dorsal side to the vertebral column, but can anteriorly free, cannot be connected to any type of the structure. That's why it's known as floating ribs. Okay, so this is costal cartilage, then larynx, then hyoid bone. I showed you that hyoid bone. It's a C-shaped cartilaginous bone which is present in the throat region, which connects the tongue, hyoid. Right? C-shaped, have you seen this now? C-shaped cartilaginous bone, very soft. Actually, it is present in the throat region. It is not present in the axial or appendicular skeleton system. Okay, so you know that skeleton it is divided into two groups, axial and appendicular. But it is not connected at all, but it is present in the throat region. That's why we are counted in the axial skeleton. Fine. So this hyoid bone, that's all about it. Now second, fibrous cartilage. Second, fibrous cartilage. In the two types. Yellow elastic cartilage. Fibrous cartilage in the two types. Yellow elastic cartilage and white fibrous cartilage. Actually here, according to the specific white fiber as well as yellow fiber, as you know that we had already learned this in the areolar tissue there. In the areolar tissue, as you know, that the white fibers and made up of the collagen fibers, and these are wavy in bunch form, non-branch, okay, and connected from the one end to the another end of the cartilage, and it gives strength to the tissue. It gives the mechanical support, we say like that. Whereas yellow fibers made up of the elastin, okay, and it is branched, single, non-wavy, wavesma nahi, and it forms the major portion of the areolar tissue. So this yellow elastic fibers gives elasticity as well as mobility to the cartilage or to the part of the body. So here the two types of tissues are there, white fibrous cartilage and yellow elastic cartilage. Fine. So let us discuss this in detail first. Yellow elastic cartilage. Yellow fibers are there. So fibers are made up of the elastin. Color is pale yellow. Example, tip of the nose, ear pinna, epiglottis, and the wall of Eustachian tube. Wall of Eustachian tube. Eustachian tube. Eustachian, which covers the middle ear and the pharynx. That you. What is the difference between nasal septum and the tip of the nose?
Septum means which separates the two chambers.
Nasal septum which separate the whole nasal chamber into right and left part. Good. And actually, if you have seen that skull, in the skull we have nasal bone inside the internal nasal conchae.
Yes.
Internal nasal conchae and upside nasal bone and below that maxilla. It forms the whole nasal chamber. And inside that one bone is also there which separates the nasal chamber into two parts. But it is connected to the nasal septum, and the nasal septum it is connected on the tip of the nose. So nasal septum, that is hyaline cartilage, and the tip of the nose is yellow elastic cartilage. Fine. And you know that epiglottis, it's a covering of the glottis which prevent the entry of the food into the windpipe. Yes, trachea is a windpipe. Good. Second, white fibrous cartilage. હવે ઓલું યલો ઇલાસ્ટિક કાર્ટિલેજ છે ને અને YECT કીધું છે, યલો ઇલાસ્ટિક કનેક્ટિવ ટીશ્યુ, YECT, એટલે ક્યાંક શોર્ટકટ એવો વાપરે તો. And this is WFCT. Made up of the collagen fibers it is the strongest cartilage in the body. Example, pubic symphysis, pubic symphysis. What is this? What is pubic symphysis? Anyone? How it forms? How the pelvic girdle will be formed? Two or three. Pelvic girdle. Pelvic girdle, it is made up of two bones, hip bones, and one hip bone it is made up of three bones. Ilium, ischium, and pubis. These three bones are united together and form the socket-like structure. It is known as acetabulum, or cavity-like structure. And this acetabulum connected to the head of the femur and form the hip joint. So, both the hip bones posteriorly connected to the sacrum. Both the hip bones connected posteriorly or dorsally to the sacrum, and sacrum is nothing but the S5 become S1, there is a vertebral column. As you know that after the lumbar region, the five sacral vertebrae are united together and form the one sacrum or one sacral bone. And anteriorly, both the hip bones are connected together by the pubic symphysis. Okay? And second example, you write that and IVD. Intervertebral disc. IVD, intervertebral disc. And you know that intervertebral disc, it is present between the two successive vertebrae. And majority here, the IVD prolapse chances are more. Gadi khasi hai. And due to the prolapse of the intervertebral disc, might be the compression is created over the spinal cord. And at the level of the compression, at the level of the protrude, the intervertebral disc, after that level, the problems are created in the body parts. Just for example, if the intervertebral disc is prolapsed in the lumbar region, so below the lumbar region, the symptoms are seen mostly in the both the lower limbs. Tingling sensation, numbness, weakness in the muscles, okay, tingling sensation, खाली चली जाए, लपकार हमारे, numbness, okay, weakness in the muscles, and gait problem, walking problem, sit to stand or not properly standing, properly walking without the support. Okay. So next point, calcified cartilage. Third, first is hyaline, second fibrous, and third is calcified cartilage. It is modified hyaline cartilage it is modified hyaline cartilage because deposition of calcium salts in its matrix and become hard like bone. अच्छा આમાં કેવું છે કે yellow elastic cartilage it become elastic forever. White fibrous cartilage example tendon नहीं આવશે along with this fine tendon is also there. I told you that the tendon which connects the muscles both the sides of the bones, fine, but this calcified cartilage is this modified cartilage because it deposits the calcium salts and become hard like bone. એટલે ફ્યુચરમાં એ બોન જેવું હાર્ડ બની જાય છે. It is cartilage but hard like bone. Please clarify this word. Okay, it is the hardest cartilage of the body. It is also known as hardest cartilage of the body. Example, it is seen in head of femur. It is seen in head of femur and humerus in human. Okay, here I can stop now. Fine. Remaining things we will discuss in the next lecture.